Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Nuruddin Hani Abdulaziz Al-Deeb, metric number 209586. And this is my presentation for assignment 3, flight mechanics. So we were asked to prepare an Excel sheet solving for the minimum and maximum speeds and the rate of climb. At a given altitude, we were given a constant of 10,000 meters for our altitude. We were also given some other parameters, such as the wing area, the wingspan, parasite drag coefficient, and so on. The parameters are all listed here. So the steps I followed to prepare this Excel sheet was I created a table, and in this table I added values for initial velocities starting 10 up to 1,000 meters per second. Why I chose this range was because this was the most appropriate range that could work with our situation, because when I chose smaller values for the initial velocities, the graphs later on, the plot was not very clear. So also the equations I used were from the slides the doctor provided for us. As you can see, lift coefficient, induced drag. Here it calculates also the aspect ratio, the total drag coefficient, the thrust required, available, and total net thrust, and the net power. Moving on. So at first I calculated the rate of climb using the equation Tn over m times v, where Tn is the thrust available and v will be the velocity at such instant. Here is the first plot, the rate of climb versus velocity. As you can see, there are two lines. There is a curve and a straight line. The curve is the rate of climb, and the straight line is also rate of climb, but the linear relationship. Also, we have the second plot, which is the power against velocity. In this plot, we have power required in blue, and then the power available in orange. And we have another plot, thrust versus velocity, showing the straight line is actually the thrust available because it doesn't change. It's also a constant. And then we have the thrust required at different velocities. It changes, right? So to calculate the minimum speed and the maximum speed, we've used the quadratic equation V infinity, where basically the plus minus relationship, the plus would be the maximum speed, and the minus would be the minimum speed. So using this equation, and noting that the thrust required equals the thrust available in these conditions, we just put in the values we have. We get through the Excel. I'm going to show the Excel right after this slide. And we just calculate the minimum and maximum velocity. Here I've just set the parameters as given, then calculated the aspect ratio for the coefficient. Here is the range of velocities, and then you just add basically the equation here you want to work out. By just selecting the cell it is in. And then by double tapping it or just pulling it down, you just instantly get the results for all. It replicates the formula for the other velocities. And in the end, I just calculated the maximum and minimum velocity. That's all from me. These are also the plots. And thank you for your time.